Morning, good morning. It got us again. Son of a beach. Got us again. We went live yesterday and I said, probably won't go live on Friday. Unless, you know, this is really exciting. Probably take Friday off because we streamed for a while yesterday. Good morning, welcome back. It's been a few hours and Bitcoin just keeps going down, boys. It just keeps going down. I'm waking up. We're live so early. I don't even know the last time we were live this early. I think we beat all the AM shows on even. Early morning stream, but we're up. Did anybody else not sleep last night? Couldn't sleep. I like got a little sleep, but I had that spidey sense, you know? Spider sense. Just going off. Keeping me from sleeping. I'm just doing a little things behind the scenes right now. I threw this stream on really quickly. I was tired. Actually seems to be doing okay. Which is interesting because yesterday we had a bunch of problems. Today I seem doing okay, even though I was very sleepy setting it up. So give me just a few minutes. Chat with you guys. I'll pull up the chat. Just getting things ready. Checking different volumes. Twisting knobs. Adjusting gears. You know, all of the very real things that happen on live streams. I should also pull up the Twitch chat today. We had a peak of 6 concurrent viewers on Twitch yesterday. I think that's the most we've had since there was a very brief time where we streamed on Twitch when we got banned from YouTube for no reason. I think then we had like some amount of people. We had 6 concurrent yesterday. That was big numbers. All right, I got that pulled up. Can you not even pop that out? You can't even pop Twitch chat out. No one uses Twitch. YouTube forever. We were banned. God, that was back in... When was that? 2019? The end of 2019? Or was it the end of 2020? It was a very brief period of time. It wasn't banned. We just kept getting strikes. This is a long story. It all was reversed. It was all appealed. We didn't break any rules. They just... You actually see it going on now. YouTube's banning or striking random channels for... I mean, some of them reasons, I guess, but I assume it's just kind of random. I'm almost set up. Here we go. Things look good. What is up? SHT subscribing. Ken Alta Sakir. Good reminder. Very good reminder. If you're here on this AM stream, hype it up. Hype it up. I need energy. Help me out. We're gonna have a lot of new people here today finding the channel. They probably already turned off the stream if they just watched that part because they're like, what's this guy doing? But welcome. Crypto is doing what crypto does. Bitcoin is being Bitcoin at the moment. It's a really tense time. A lot of bearish sentiment, a lot of negative sentiment, not just even about right now, but about maybe this whole year, this whole cycle. And if you are stressed out and worrying and panicked, I don't blame you. You're not alone. And if that is the only thing, that's the only thing we can offer on this channel, is somewhere to feel those things and be around people experiencing it too, I think that is a job well done. Our goal here is to just give level-headed analysis. We trade, we chart, we nerd out about crypto stuff. I don't shill you things. Charts are charts. I take a look at most things. Some things I won't if they're too small because moral, ethical objections, but that's what we do here. That's it. If you're looking for someone to tell you the future, to pretend like I know every move that I'm always right, this isn't the channel for you. If you're looking for hindsight calls or fake trades, this isn't the channel for you. If you're looking for Photoshop P&L, it's not the channel for you. We exist in reality here. Usually not about any drama or anything. We've been a little bit more about some drama lately, though, but with reasons. Oh wow, all these tabs are still up. Okay. I always have issues with tabs, don't worry. I'll complain about tabs a lot this stream, I'm sure. Early Tom, you know something's going on. What's up, Chris? Yeah, I know, I'm up so early. This is just so early for me. Can we check 𝐬? We're definitely gonna check 𝐬 today. I haven't even looked at a chart. I woke up, I had a bunch of alerts. I saw price moving down. I saw that yesterday's low has been taken out. Where were we just 15 minutes ago? Under 95K. Maybe we should take a moment and pat ourselves on the back, or yourselves on the back. Those of you who were looking for lower, you called it. You nailed it. Well done. Well done. What's our next move? That's the question. If you got it right, if you got this move down right, what's the next move? I'm going to put up a poll in all cap. What's the next move for Bitcoin? What should the answers be? I need help. It's early. What should I make the options here? Should it be like, so we're at 94. We'll say like 94 was the bottom. Yeah, 50K. No, but we got to do like smaller increments, because maybe we should just do the gaps. Because even if it's going to go to 50 or something, right? Like this is not happening tomorrow. This is going to take time. We're going to see bounces. We're going to see up and down along the way. So let's do, should we do like 90 to 94? We do like 85 to 90? We do like under 85? How about that? Let's put a K over here so people know. I don't know. Something like that. What do you think? Can't see your responses. The poll's too big. Yeah, people are spreading Michael Saylor FUD, by the way. This is another good reason to go live. I caught that this morning. Dude, quicker, we're here early. I caught that this morning. Another good reason to be live. There's another value we offer. Dispelling FUD, putting things into perspective. MicroStrategy, or Strategy, aka Michael Saylor, did not sell Bitcoin, guys. There is no evidence that they sold Bitcoin. The reason people are saying this is, one, it is getting a crazy amount of engagement. Crazy amount of engagement. It's super fuddy. We're selling off. I often say to you guys that narratives in trading pretty much follow the move. They usually follow the move. You see price go down, you hear bad stuff, but the move is usually over, or the majority of it's over. Price go up, you hear good news, but it just chases. Like it's almost never the catalyst, it's almost never tradable. But price is down, people are spooked, and so people are looking for things. They're latching onto things. Whoa. They're latching onto FUD, and this Saylor FUD is exploding on Twitter. Here is the reality of what happened and what we know in this situation. Out of the wallets, I don't know if all their wallets are public. Either way, out of their public addresses, there was $1 billion of Bitcoin moved. I will give you this, internet. Fudders on the internet. Misinformation spreaders on the internet. That timing is fucked. Why? Strategy. Call me. Saylor, call me. 1, I will help you with your buys. You can stop top blasting. 2, I will help you by advising you not to move $1 billion worth of Bitcoin on what is probably the most stressful down day people have had all year. The hell, bro. That's just ridiculous. So the rumor or the bullshit FUD is based on something, but that something is not factual. Bitcoin has been sold. There is a reason as well that this gets mixed up. That we often see when Bitcoin moves, people saying it was sold. While that is possible, we can't ever truly know, especially with unidentified wallets. If Bitcoin moves to an exchange, that's a little bit more implying that it's being sold. But the reason that people tend to jump on the idea that moved Bitcoin is sold is, I think, from the terminology. So when Bitcoin is sent, we use the term spent. The UXTO was spent. And so I think there's a lot of confusion there. I will be the first to admit I love Bitcoin. It's mathematically perfect, but all of the terminology, all of the words that we chose for this shit is terrible. Mining is very confusing. A SAT is very confusing. Bitcoin as a term is very confusing. Block reward, transaction, wallet, all these things are just badly named. But anyway, Saylor, to anyone's knowledge, unless breaking news is coming out right now, that I don't know about. No one has proof that SAYLOR is sold. It is just a wallet moved. We see big movements every single day. Every single second. Not every single second, but every single day. Good morning, Tom. Thank you, Watch. My watch, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, hey, bro, I noticed you're up really early. Are you okay? Is there an emergency? Should I call the police? My watch knows me. I'm still warming up. Still warming my brain up. Still warming up the old muscle here. Here are some things I can update you on price-wise. We have closed another CME gap. I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired. Every time I look at these, I'm tired. Above price, all that remains is about 117K is a CME gap. Below price, we have another gap. I'll have to update this again. This is the, in my opinion, down here is the logical place to be looking for a little bouncy. Bounces are possible at any time. I'll get into that more. I'm gonna stay focused. CME gap down at 91.9. We have seen these fill consistently here, at least in the last month. We've seen them kind of shotgun down, chase down as prices sold off. But the next one stands at 91.9. Very close to the yearly open at 93. If you expect further downside, that's probably where you're looking. That's where it is. I put a poll up. Could you vote in this poll? 156 votes. I'm sure we have a good amount of viewers. I haven't checked. Can we get like 1,000 votes? Can we get 1,000 likes on the stream also? Where do you think the bottom's coming in? And I want the people who called this sell-off, I want you to weigh in, especially. Please, I'm calling you. Tell us. Tell us what's next. I need your crystal ball. Mine's broken. It's never worked. Let SAYLOR take profits on the other world. Well, unfortunately, Lucifer, or fortunately, we have no control over what SAYLOR does or strategy does. But they aren't. They're not taking profit. I feel confident saying that. I feel confident saying that. Mostly because there is no evidence of such. I'm sure that SAYLOR and strategy have moved coins before. The only thing that is really a fumble on their part is the timing. I should make that a tweet. That would be a good tweet. Like, why? Why would you choose today? Like, it is not uncommon to rotate wallets, to move things, to break transactions down. Oh, thank you, Cryptic X on Twitter. I see you retweeted the stream. By the way, go share this stream out. Share it on your social medias. Text it to your friends. Text it to your friend groups, your group texts. Get them in here. Everybody in crypto. Subscribe. Join our family today. Hit the button. It costs you nothing. Just subscribe right now. If you do while we're live, you'll see this number update. Right here, update 193,779. In real time, that will update. It'll take like maybe a second. If you hit subscribe, that'll move. Then your name will pop up and I'll shout you out and you'll be a Chad. Share it out, vote in the poll, etc. Help hype it up, because the more engagement we get today, the more YouTube will show this stream to new people. And it is so critical today that YouTube shows our stream to new people, that YouTube gets people who have never seen our content in front of our content today, so that we can help them remain calm, we can help them stay logical, avoid making emotional decisions, and hopefully save people some pain. Hopefully. That's my goal today. We are live at 5-6 hours earlier than we usually are. I am barely awake. I'm waking up as I'm talking. We're gonna get into a little more charting, a little more goodies here in a second. We're gonna look at Zek. Switch the glasses to green. They don't make green light glasses. Why don't they make green light glasses? Everybody's all biased against blue. No, we gotta get rid of the blue light. What about the green light? You bought, Lucky? Let's go. You bought. I will say, as part of my commissions and things I get from affiliate links, working with exchanges, etc., some of my payments, some of my pay, I'll say like a percentage, it's not defined, but a portion of my pay is almost always in Bitcoin. And so typically creators will liquidate that because it creates a tax problem, usually. It can get more complicated. Also, you know, you're subject to volatility then on Bitcoin, but I always keep mine. And so at the end of the year, I have to pay my taxes on that income, even though it's not dollars. So I have to like net negative. I have to pay out of other dollars I make. And in that sense, I am always stacking Bitcoin every single day, every year. I will occasionally buy, but I've been in this game almost 8 years. No, 8 years? I don't even know at this point. 95K is just not a price I'm super interested in. I spent many years buying under 20K. I spent a bunch of years buying at 6K, a bunch of years buying at 3K. I heavily and hard DCA'd for many, many years. So now I do deploy some capital. Probably won't deploy really till next year, 26, but I'm always stacking alongside you. It sounds cheesy. It sounds like, oh, you're not really stacking. No, that is though. Like I am, by not selling that and not covering my tax basis, I have to pay it out at the other end, on the end when I file my taxes. I don't know where I got that from. Fear and Greed to -1 yet? No, it's wild. Fear and Greed didn't even move. We have 3 viewers over on Twitch. That's crazy. How many do we have on YouTube? Who's all here today? 1,000 on YouTube. We can do better than that, boys. We have 1,000 concurrent on YouTube. We have 3 concurrent on Twitch. I don't know about Twitter or Rumble or Kick or any of the other platforms we're on. But no matter where you are, welcome. Welcome to our show. Can I get... People never talk on Twitter. Am I ever going to stop calling it Twitter? No. I'll pop up the chat, but no one ever talks. What's I doing over here? My brain is still mushy. Oh yeah, looking up Fear and Greed. Dude, thank you. I'm gonna need some softballs today, boys and girls. What's up, T. Janiro over on the old Twitch, I assume. I think that's what that means. What up, my friend? Gediminas Sibuvskis. Subscribed on YouTube, cheers. Bald Eagles, the green glass. Dude, I should get some green glasses. These are yellow, so I feel like they're neutral. They're not bullish or bearish. They're in between. I was just pulling up Fear and Greed. We looked at this yesterday. I talked about the potential bullish setup of a sell-off into close, resetting this even lower, and it didn't happen. What in the actual is going on with this, with the Fear and Greed? What is going on? It doesn't make any sense. Now, 16 is extremely low. We don't really see 16s often. But yesterday, we had a 15. That doesn't make any sense. This is actually the second time recently we have seen Fear and Greed update, and it does not make any sense. So here's what this means. At the close of... So here we are right now. At the close... Here on the day, this was a 15. Price broke a quarterly low, broke market structure, closed low, and it upgraded to a 16. It was less scary. I guess we've earned this candle today. I think that's what's happening here. We've earned this candle. We were looking for essentially this to update and move down. I said if we see single digits or like a record low, bottoms in, like send it. They went up. This happened again. I don't remember exactly when this happened in the last like 2 weeks, but the exact same thing happened where it was like, maybe it was here, like this candle, and then for some reason it like went up to 25. I don't know. I don't remember what day that was, but it was wild. Fear and Greed indicator, get your shit together. Pack it up. Get your shit together, pack it up. What's up? It's only Dan over on X. X just sounds so lame to say. I feel like a cringe lord. X. Remember, for those of you who aren't familiar, this only updates at the end of the day. It updates only one time a day. It is not reacting to every price movement. You can see this here. The next update will occur 10 hours, 46 minutes, 43 seconds. So we'll check in on that later. YouTube chat. Last song. Retail's feeling fade. Dude, retail is done. Retail's dead. I don't even mean in crypto. I just overall, just in general. How are people even eating food? And that's a crazy comment. Is people literally were worried about eating food in November. This is a rough year. This is a really rough year. I hope everybody's doing all right. I did say I wanted to do a fundraiser, and I guess the SNAP benefit thing coming back online that was a reason I wanted to do it, but I still think I'm going to do it. I just haven't put it together yet. I might need help with that. I'm going to need help with that. Just put that out there. All right. 2K stimmy check, never going to happen, bro. Never going to happen. I hate to be the bear of the bear. Is that where that comes from? The bear of bad news. Hate to be the bear of bad news, but like, bro, as much as I would love to see you, I'm not gonna get a stimmy check if they send them out. But as much as I would love for people who need money right now to get money right now, just think about this. One, if it did happen, you're just looking at inflation. Remember last time we gave everyone, was it $2,100 or whatever? Inflation went like double digits. So that $2,000 is going to do nothing for people. It might, you know, it'll go, you know where that $2,000 will go? If you gave everyone in the US $2,000 right now, you know where it would go immediately. It would go right to DraftKings. It would go right to sports betting. It would just go directly out of their pockets into the pockets of these like sports betting sites. It would be insane. But okay, in reality, when it doesn't happen, unfortunately, the bear of bad news, boys, do you not remember earlier this year when we were also going to get a check from Doge Elon Musk's savings? Like, don't fall for the same shit twice in 1 year. It's not going to happen. Like, I would love for this stage poorly and me be wrong and people get money. But dudes, come on. Not going to happen. Come on. Be real. It's such hopium. Not going to happen. What is likely to happen, though, turning the corner, what is likely to happen is if assets keep falling, yields keep rising, we're going to see something break. We are going to see something break in the system. I think at this point, and man, I'm too early to be talking this complex. I'm going to mess this up. But at this point, the economy, jobs, and even asset prices, stock market and such, are seeing pressure. Jobs are in the dirt. We don't even have numbers for October. It's mind-boggling. Gonna continue to see pressure. That's not gonna disappear overnight. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're probably gonna have to cut rates. And if we cut rates and start quantitative easing, what are we gonna do? We're going to drive inflation like crazy. Drive inflation like crazy. What are we going to see? We're going to see some very, very weird disconnect with the bond market, and things are going to get very strange. There is a ton of high leverage, what is it called? Yeah, it's too early for this shit. High leverage, is it like repo? Basically betting on overnight rates. This is like the slimmest margin, and anything is going to just break that bubble. And all of these things are about to come into reality. We're going to see chaos. So there you go. We're going to see some chaos. And I think that chaos like ends in us just printing crazy amounts of money. Unfortunately, I don't think we print it and give it out. It just doesn't tend to be how it is. We never said that. Government always has money for everything except for you and me. Remember that. There's always money for everything. Why is this music stopping? You guys hearing that? Is the music like occasionally skipping? Maybe that's just me. Saw soy. You decide for me if you should sell? Nah, bro. I don't do that. I don't do that. Can't do that. You gotta go with your gut. I'm not selling. I'm not gonna sell. What I might do, because I DCA'd all year, right? Like what I described to you guys is effectively DCAing if I am acquiring Bitcoin like kind of every day, small amounts throughout the year. My average price, if the yearly candle, if we see into the end of this year, into the end of December, if we see price low, like lower than now, right? We like, I don't know, again, 90, 75. If it's below my cost basis, I may sell all of the Bitcoin that I bought this year at that price below my cost, so I can harvest that tax loss and then rebuy it right at the start of the next year. But should I take more? Should I be taking profits? Probably. Should I? Probably. I mean, here's the thing. I've been on this rodeo. I've been around this merry-go-round. We've been live streaming for 7 years. I've been in crypto. We've been live streaming for 6.5. Been in crypto for almost 8. I've been around the circle, you know, like my cost basis like is not up here. If I had bought on the way up, like in the sense I started this year at some point, I might be in a different position. But you got to do what's right for you. If you think that this is a long-term game, maybe you can still make a plan. Maybe you still look to take some profit, but probably you look to just continue acquiring, stacking. If you don't see this as a long-term game, well, I'm not really sure why you're here then. Not really positive why you're here. Then you should definitely figure your shit out. Really quick, this trend line, I forget who suggested it yesterday. Shout out to you. Crypto's going to zero. Always has been, baby. Always will be. This trend line from August to April's low. We looked at this on the logarithmic chart and said this looks awful on the logarithmic chart. On the regular chart, it was a little bullish. It was a little hopeful because we were still above it. We are now trading below said trend line. A close today at 97.3 will put us right back in. To me, this is likely suggesting that the logarithmic is again the correct chart format, the correct price scale. Tests perfectly, reject perfectly, and big old shitter. Big old shitteroon. What's our targets? I'm finally starting to feel not so groggy. You don't need the money. So, Mr. T, this is people in my real life, the very, very few who have ever bought Bitcoin, will almost always, like, they will predictably come to me at some point and say, Tom, should I sell my Bitcoin? I'm up a bunch. And my answer is always the same. So even people in my real life that I know personally, I say the same thing. It's like, okay, you know, are you in profit? It's usually the first question. They always say yes, because that's why they're asking. And then I say, okay, well, like how much profit, you know, just to get them to say it out loud and put that in, you know, in their head, how much. And it's always some amount, right? And sometimes it's a few thousand, sometimes it's more, a little bit less. And then I go, okay, cool. So that's good. Like you definitely can sell. Now, the last and most important question is, what are you going to do with it? Do you need this money? Are you paying something off? Do you want to buy something? Do you want to go on a trip? Do you want to blah, blah, do you put down payment? And typically the answer is no, I don't, because these people have good incomes or else they wouldn't be doing, they wouldn't be investing probably. And the answer is usually no. They're like, no, I don't, for nothing. And I was like, so you're going to sell your Bitcoin, you have profit, and you're just going to like put it in your savings and you're just going to sit in your savings. I was like, well, sounds like a really poor transfer from Bitcoin into a low yield savings. And usually they're like, oh yeah. And they say, okay, well, like if you have something that you need it for, always yes. If you're buying a house, you need a down payment, rip it. Some of the best top sells on markets I've ever seen have been people who sold to put down payments on houses or buy houses. And cheers to you guys. I always am so happy for you in hindsight, because usually I'm like, oh, rough time to be selling, prices up so much. And then it's just like tops in, you can know this months later and it's like, wow, they bought their house. Awesome. Good for them. Top blasted it. We will get a bounce, says Crypto Po Kelly. I hope so. I pray so. Hope so. I think we will. I was just, actually, that's what I was doing when I zoomed out here and I got distracted by the question. Thank you, Mr. T. It really is that easy. It's like, if you have something you want to do with the money and you're in profit, power to you. Do it, right? Go ahead. If you have something that that you'll be happy with, then do it. And if you don't, reconsider it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not giving financial advice, but reconsider it. Spend a little more time thinking about it. Why are you doing this? What are you going to do with it? Have a plan. At the end of the day, the answer to everything in investing and trading is have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, don't do it. It meaning anything. Don't buy, don't sell, don't do anything if you don't have a plan. Okay, looking for a bounce. You want to go to the strip club, John Wick? All right. I mean, if you need some titties, man. I mean, we all understand. Or some dongs, you know. Whatever you enjoy. No judgments. If you're looking for a bounce, here's your bounce. Here's where I am looking for a bounce. Here's where I'm looking for a bounce. Can you guys imagine if I was one of those big accounts? Look at how pretty that was. Look at that. That's weird. It looks like a spade. I'm gonna keep that. One of those big accounts that just pretends I always know that I called everything and I knew everything. I don't know what's gonna happen, but the logical place to look for a bounce if we continue selling off, we will go over that right now. The yearly open. We talked about this for the last week. 93.5. Now 93.5 doesn't line up with the fair value, or goddamn, with the CME gap. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. The bottom of this gap is 92. The top of the gap is 92.6, so it's close. It's not perfect, but that's okay. We don't have to have a CME gap there. In fact, the CME gap doesn't even have to fill even if we trade that low. Because if we saw the sell-off, we might see it over the weekend. CME might not be trading. Anyway, I'm getting down the rabbit hole here. 93.5. This is the bounce target I'm hoping for. This is what makes sense to me logically. There is one more lower, but we'll get to that when we get to that. On a quarterly time frame, so each candle representing 3 months, we saw this hellish period of price action. The fourth quarter of 24 into the first 2 quarters of this year. This red tiny candle, engulfed by these nice juicy big green candles, has created what we call a fair value gap or an order block. And basically, without learning what it is, if you want to learn, check out our free playlist, our free trading course on this channel. It's the best on YouTube. Many of our videos have over 500,000 views, and very few of you have watched them, says my analytics. But long story short on these, this is where a lot of buying and selling happened. This is where a lot of liquidity is going to be resting. Now, that's driven home or doubled down on by the fact that 93.5 is also the yearly open. Anyone who had a long position throughout this year that made it to these all-time highs and didn't close is likely going to look to close it if the yearly 93.5 is hit. If we trade below the yearly open, below 93.5, this yearly candle becomes red. I know that's Tom, everybody knows that, but can you imagine? We have spent 11 months inside these 2 wicks, and this turns red. Wild. Even wilder if it turns green and we rally to new all-time highs, but wild. That will be a huge sweep of liquidity. When that happens, or if that happens, I can say both. If and when that happens. If and when. If and when that happens, that sweep of liquidity rather consistently will drive a bounce. All those fancy words to say 93.5 is a solid support. We talked about kind of the worst case, the bear case yesterday. You can go back and watch that live stream if you want to see the receipts. We had this arrow drawn to 93.5, and we said, even if we are going lower, even if 93.5 doesn't hold and we close the year red, right? Everybody gets screwed. I would say at minimum, we see 98.2. In fact, I said I would take this trade. I'll set this up. I closed all my trades freaking Wednesday or whatever, and now I'm tradeless. 93.2. 98, so 1.6 to 1. I mean, we can tighten this up. We can, have a tight stop. Maybe I'll do like a super tight stop. Something like that. Now that's, in my opinion, kind of the minimum bounce. It would be very, very bearish to see it only bounce to 98.2. I think there is a good probability that we see more of a 0.5 retracement back to the daily support over here from earlier in November, about 101. That falls in line pretty cleanly with this descending trend, with our lower highs and our lower lows. That falls pretty cleanly. If you're looking for further downside, right, you can extrapolate this out. You can look for, I don't know, 82.5, whatever downside target we have. However, before you get too excited for the downside, let's bring it up again. The death cross Death cross. Death cross is coming with today's low candle, especially if it closes lower, especially if it closes at 93.5. We have seen the 50 daily moving average be dragged down. It's accelerating. It's moving down faster because we are having lower candle closes than we have seen in the last 50 days. That's that simple. The death cross will happen. It's always hard. It's always hard to like say with complete certainty anything in trading and charting. Will happen. Honestly, I think at today's daily close. If it's not today's daily close, it will be Sunday. It will be this week. I feel like it's a broken record again. Every death cross we have seen this bull run, every single one has marked the bottom and has driven new highs. We have only had one a year. This is important context. This will be the second one this year, which is a difference. Is a difference. I think it is probable that it marks the bottom again. This price action leading into it is really what we expected. It's even maybe what we kind of talked about, even if I don't want to admit it the last few days. The only issue I have, and I want you guys to weigh in, maybe I'm in a bubble on Twitter and on YouTube and just with analysis in general. Are too many people now expecting this? This is my only hesitation. Sentiment is really low, so that does play in favor of it being a bottom. But a lot of people, because you guys remember on this channel, each one of these death crosses, we talked about the low being in. Like that day, we talked about it in advance. We saw the low and we said, that's probably it. It's marked the lows before. Yeah, it looks like a bottom. Like we did this live. And everyone was not into this idea at the time. People were not talking about this. I remember when we got this combination of crosses and people were like, you got a golden cross, it's gonna sell off, and it just kept ripping. People were not unanimously in agreement like they are now about this death cross, and it makes me worry. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I need to know. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, Kevin. We're up early. We're gonna look at Zach. We'll look at Zach next. I want to know, are too many people looking for this death cross to mark the bottom? Yay or nay? Someone on Twitter with their username FU says, hey Crown. I thought they said FU. Hey FU. Man, the trolls are out, bro. We've been getting some crashing out comments everywhere. On all the platforms, they're back. Everyone's all nice when prices go up. Lots of people, I think the majority. You've been cooking on X sushi. Thank you for noticing, bro. I decided I'm done. I'm done coasting there. I'm gonna make a push into 2026 to grow on all platforms. Maybe not like at the same speed as YouTube, but like to just start that simmer. Mostly because I realized how many people are stealing my content and making money and building channels with it. And so I want to take that back. Take back my property. Tom the Tin Man. What's up, Tin Man? You haven't heard anyone say we're going up. True. I mean, except for me, Michael. You're here a lot. And you have heard me say over and over and over again, my opinion hasn't changed. I still think we have higher highs this year. That still isn't over. I will now move up my date and move up my confirmation. I was saying I basically just have to wait till the end of the year. Now I'll do this. On the death cross, if the low is not in, meaning we see a low, maybe some kind of bounce, right? And then a break of that low, even if it's in this month, next month, before end of year, after the death cross, I will be more bearish and maybe I will revisit the idea of new all-time highs this year. But as it stands, I expect the death cross at the moment to mark the bottom. I expect that to be this weekend. Maybe the low is in. Maybe we have a little bit lower to go. Maybe go to 93. Maybe we go 91, fill that gap. Regardless of what happens, though, I do expect price to return to the 200 daily moving average. At the moment, that's 110K. So I'm going to look to open a short. So at the moment, here are my plays. I'm not in any positions. but I'm looking to open along at 93.5 at the yearly open. And I'm looking to hedge a short. Every cycle, I get one awesome hedge short. And then everybody forgets about it because I'm so bullish. And I'm looking to make one hedge short at 110K at the 200 day. That's a 13% move to the all-time high. Okay, I can't do 10x then. I'll have to do 5x or something. Anyway, the reason I'm looking for the 200. This might be foolish, but when we have seen death crosses play out bearishly, like in 2021 into 22, we had very similar price action to here. You'll notice the death cross did not mark the bottom. Price moved lower afterwards, traded sideways, and then had one more lower high. This was a failed high, a failed rally that got sold into, and it went directly to the 200 day. Doesn't have to happen again. Nothing is like that in trading. There's no guarantees, but I think the probability is good that we see a move back to the 200 daily regardless of what happens. SAYLOR is currently selling Bitcoin. No, he's not. No, he isn't. Unless there's an update. Unless SAYLOR has come out and said they're selling it. No, they're not. I'm going to put SAYLOR strategy in the title because I think that'll get some clicks. SAYLOR strategy. We have to clickbait. For years, I fought the clickbait. You can't. You can't fight it. It doesn't work. You just have to, because then people, you know, if I don't put SAYLOR strategy, whatever in the title, other people will search for it, and then they're just going to find bullshit content that tells them SAYLOR is selling. And then they're going to be operating under misinformation. If I just put it in the title and they come here and then they learned that it was clickbait in the sense of I don't really think that, I'm not pushing that, then maybe we've saved them. There it is. Got 1,000 votes on the poll over on youtube.com/TomCrown. Me, Tom Stir, subscribed on Twitch. What's up, bro? Our Twitch fam is growing. We only have 2 viewers over there. That's okay, but we keep getting subscribers over there. That's kind of cool. We've got 2,000 concurrent, wow, fire. 2,000 concurrent viewers. Wow, that's really, really cursed. 2,000 concurrent viewers over on YouTube. You can join us over here. 2,000. Let's go. Or you can stay on Twitch. That's cool too. Check out USDTD. Brother, you know I've been watching it. Wait, SAYLOR selling convert. Now I have to wait. Now I have to go look. MSTR liquidated. Okay, that's absolutely not true. Guys, the one thing I can tell you, I guarantee you, is not true, is that strategy does not get liquidated. Strategy's holding is spot. Spot doesn't get liquidated. There's no such thing as spot liquidation. I have to look strategy. I have to look it up. Strategy BTC. Strategy BTC. SAYLOR to 0. I mean, yeah, true. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not. You guys are BSing again. Yeah, there's no. He posted HODL like an hour ago. Yeah, dude, SAYLOR isn't selling. Guys, I'm going to reiterate because new people are joining. There is FUD going on. FUD meaning it's just fake. It's just fake information, and it's meant to deceive you. It's intended to either rage you, scare you, whatever, for clicks and engagement. Here is the reality. This is all anyone knows. There is no other information as far as I'm aware, and please put it in chat if new stuff has come out. I've been just on the stream since I woke up. Strategy has moved 58,000 Bitcoin, totaling 5 billion to new wallets today. It says here likely for custody purposes. That is a logical conclusion, but let me give you a little more context. Let me put this in a little better picture. Found you a couple months ago. Appreciate you, Bo. Here's some context. The reason is engagement. People are going to say this for engagement. People are scared right now. They're stressed out. They're scared. They are going to engage with content that feeds into that bias, such as SAYLOR getting liquidated. It's not getting liquidated, or selling, or whatever. They're doing it for that, for the growth, for the audience, for the reach. For the life of me, I don't understand why on like X, if you get community noted, like if you're spreading bullshit like this that's made up and you get community noted, why does that not just like deboost you? Anyway, this is another story for another day. A reason though outside of this that people often think that Bitcoin moving is it being sold is, in my opinion, the terminology. Bitcoin, when you send a transaction, it's called that address is being spent. That's the terminology. You have spent that address. And so I think a lot of people, especially new people, see, oh my god, SAYLOR spent 5.7 billion, 60,000 Bitcoin. That means they sold it. No, it doesn't mean they sold it at all. If this was moved to Coinbase or something, I don't know, that would be maybe a different sign. But that's not what we're seeing. I don't see any other news. There's bullshitters like this guy. This is what I mean. These people need to be deboosted. Like, F these guys. Like he literally, this is just incorrect information. They already dumped and keep selling every few minutes. Like, and you can say he's just dumb, but like, dude, he's a bigger account. Is he dumb? Yeah, probably clearly is dumb, right? But he's doing this for this. This is why. And if you'll notice, I commented, out of all the things that didn't happen, this is the one that didn't happen the most. But then I did my research and I checked his timeline. And yeah, it turns out all he posts is like bullshit. It's just all gibberish. So carry on. Go ahead, I guess. Look, Masha. If you're out there, Masha, watching, you called it. You know it. Anyway, I still haven't looked at Zcash. I apologize. The dump is coming. I'm not saying that that isn't possible. I'm not saying that it can't go down. I'm not saying that there isn't selling going on. I'm saying specifically, anyone saying SAYLOR or strategy is liquidated or selling is full of shit. You can block them, it doesn't do anything. It's just, yeah. How can we know that SAYLOR is not selling? No, don't vote. I think that, I'm not sure if that's a good faith argument. We can't be sure of anything ever. You know, if you want to break it down, uncertainty principle, right? Like, we can never be sure of anything. We can see the Bitcoin. We see it in wallets. Here's what we operate on is the information we have does not lead us to them selling their Bitcoin. It doesn't lead us there. The only thing leading us there are people like that trying to drive engagement. That's it. Strategy is probably buying. Well, probably. Do we have his addresses? We have. I was gonna say earlier that we do. I guess the issue is I don't know if we have all of them. That's the thing. And that is almost always the case in Bitcoin, is you can't ever know if it's all of the addresses. But we absolutely have some of the addresses. Maybe all, I don't know. I just don't want to say all because I don't know. Like, I don't have that info. Yeah. 3 hours. No more has happened. I mean, you still see 41 billion here. I don't know if this is all of them. Chat room. Okay, well that is an interesting chat room. Anyway, moving on. We got to operate on what we know. It is against everything we've ever heard SAYLOR say. There's no real evidence for it, and it's just the timing. You know, like those three things combined to me is enough to dismiss it. Thanks for streaming this morning. Thanks for being here, King Judah. What's up, brother? My fellow checkmark. What's your channel? Whoop, whoop. My bad. I just clicked your channel and it started playing it. Oh, didn't mean to do that either. I always creep on people when they have check marks. What's up, King Judah? Judah the Wise. Official King Judah on TikTok. All right, let's go, buddy. Oh, do you know 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐼phonics? You know 𝐿𝐼phonics? He's my buddy. I like him. He does similar content. What's up, bro? Glad you're here, though. Glad you're here. We're never live this early. I can't believe we're awake and here. But Bitcoin shit in the bed, and you know we gotta be here. You bet Jack Mallers is selling that weasel. Maybe. Burn the oil. Yeah, that's right, Dinkles. What's up, bro? like I said at the beginning of the stream, man, I'm not here to tell you the future. I'm here to do analysis. I'm here to offer you a place to cope, to experience the feelings that you're experiencing in a community of people experiencing it with you, to help you stay level-headed, stay rational, to stick to a plan. I'm not selling you pipe dreams. I'm not selling you promises. That's why we're here today, especially right now in the morning. Like, this is a community rallying event. This is absolutely a community rallying event. Bitcoin is literally about to dump again, it looks like. But Arun, let's look at 𝐂𝐧. You guys said 𝐂𝐧 was pumping, and god damn it, you're right. I don't know why I said god damn it. I'm not mad. I don't know. I'm not mad. I own some 𝐂𝐧. I found most of it. There's still some unaccounted for. I need to go through old wallets, especially. I kind of thought maybe it was done running. Since maybe it's not done running, I like after this stream, I should go find. I know I have the keys. I just have to figure out where. Which BS random thing I put it on. Because I didn't write that down, I don't think. So 𝐂𝐧 has pushed through. This is 𝐂𝐧 BTC, its valuation against Bitcoin. This has been a great tool throughout the bull run, and especially in scenarios like this, to judge what's going on, what is actually outpacing Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's outpacing, but it also gives us a good grasp on the USD price action. So you see Bitcoin down today, 𝐂𝐧 is up slightly. It's 𝐂𝐧 BTC pair, its valuation against Bitcoin retesting November's highs, this week's highs. A breakout here is going to translate to a breakout on the dollar pair. You look over at the dollar pair. Look over on the dollar pair. What do we got? This was looking kind of ugly. We didn't get the fill, which is very saddening to me. I guess it still could happen. Looking around 400 to 393. Playing up to 908, which is, I'll call it the all-time high, but it's like the 2017 high. I still think this is possible. But 𝐂𝐧 is again ignoring the sell-off, which is, I don't really have an explanation for. I don't really know. I'll stick with what I've been saying. 𝐂𝐧 was extremely hated. No one was buying 𝐂𝐧. Nobody was talking about 𝐂𝐧's technology or privacy for many, many years, and they weren't until the price went up. I do suspect that 𝐂𝐧 just didn't have any sellers. The sellers that exist now are likely, what, just like some miners going on? And that buying pressure is outmatching said selling pressure. When the order books above you are cleared out, makes it easy to rally. That's my best bet. It's my best guess. But we are reapproaching the trend line. Let's see. Man, 407. Like, no matter how I look at this, I still think we get filled. Maybe I'm wrong here. 𝐂𝐧 has been consistently doing kind of not the market, doing its own thing. I still think there's a good shot at this filling. We'll see. Breakthrough here or a break on the BTC pair likely brings you back to 678. Right? Break of 736, and we finally hit our 908 target. My next take profit. To remind you guys, I took some profit at 400 on 𝐂𝐧, and I have limit sell orders at 900. I don't know what percent for more. And then I have basically a moon bag to ride it if it keeps going. But it is interesting. Again, it's like just doing its own thing. I don't expect this to last. Don't be fooled. Like, this is not going a new thing, what do they call it? Pegium, whatever the word is. That now it's gonna always do this. We see this happen in crypto where coins kind of start doing their own thing for a little bit, especially when they rally. It lasts for a while, and then it fades back into just the pack, right? It just like returns to the rest, to the greater market. It will last as long as it does. Doesn't mean you can't be bullish, doesn't mean you can't make trades. But just don't get caught thinking like, okay, well, even like in the, because you'll hear this, like even in the bear market, no, it won't go down. It'll keep going. And that's not going to happen. Never has happened. Extremely unlikely. I don't have too much more to say about this though. I think it looks good. I think that we still get that fill. If not, you know, I get, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you don't get them. But it is interesting to see it continue up. I would say anyone trading this, pay close attention to the BTC pair, ZEC BTC. Have an alert. I already have an alert to say here. For the breakout, for the higher high end of the week. And one more thing. Where does this line up? So where are we at in the BTC pair? 25% move from 0057, where it is now, to 007 is a 25% move. Now let's flip it over to the dollar pair. Where does a 25% move bring us? $678. $678. Interesting. Maybe that 678 would be a good exit too. Trade can be made there. We're gonna look at USDTD. Oh, here we are. Shit. It is popping my balloon here a little. Giggity. Actually, hold up. Bitcoin doing nothing. 77K incoming. Oh, the calls keep getting lower. Yep, I just pulled it up. Give me a sec. Just want to make sure I catch this when it makes a move. Hey, this looks like shit still. When are you gonna show any strength, Bitcoin? Like, look at this. Low, lower, high, retest, lower, high, retest. What do we got? What do we got? This looks like shit. That's okay. It will, I promise you this, it will look like shit at the bottom too. No matter where the bottom is. Even if it's at 77K, it'll look like shit. There are no CME futures on Zcash. Check out the Bitcoin to Zcash ratio. I was just showing that, Fred. I was just talking about that. I was literally just, I don't know if you're watching it. I don't know if you're just spamming that. Are you just spamming that? Is that just the only message you send? It does kind of look, I don't want to alarm you guys, but we might have a bot in our presence. It does seem like he has a very specific topic he discusses. Okay, all right. There's been times where you've talked about things other. You're slinging XRP before. Tell me this, Fred. When did you jump off the XRP train onto the ZEC train? Curious about that. You got a lag, but you'll refresh. All good. USDTD. Volatility is vitality. I like that. Tether dominance. Here we are. This is this is the craziest, firest alpha that I've like found in the last few days. On Tether dominance, we have a trend line. For those of you who aren't familiar, I'll just rehash this quick. We have a trend line here. It goes from August to April, 24 to 25. That trend line, exactly as predicted over the last few days, it was finally tested. There's an interesting commonality between these 2 points that created this trend line. These were the prior death crosses on the daily. April 7th, August. Death cross in 2024, death cross in 25. What's interesting is this trend line has not been tested since April, April's when it was painted. Hasn't been tested that entire time. We've spent time down here. We finally come up, and where are we? Right back at the trend line now. Now, what is about to happen? Spoiler, it's related to the trend line, where these points were picked. Look at this popping up. Still looks like shit. Where's the commonality? What's the similarity between the two? There it is. The death cross that I said earlier in the stream is likely going to happen. It could happen on today's close, but it with 95% confidence will happen by the end of this weekend, by Sunday. We haven't been here. We haven't been near this trend line in 220 days. Now the death cross is here. Here we are. Here is what I think happens. I think the death cross comes. the bottom may have been marked already. I thought that perhaps a death cross would be marked on the same day as the test. If today closes and the death cross confirms, then that would be the perfect timing. I think that the bottom of price action locally lines up with the test of this trend line, with the death cross, trends back up. We see tether dominance drop again, probably to a higher low. But during that drop, we see the final leg of the run. We see Bitcoin move up one more time. I guess in theory, it could be alts move up and Bitcoin doesn't. That's equally valid. But now part of this prophecy is completed. We finally move back up there. I think we see a higher low. And then into next year, we see tether dominance move back up. Maybe, maybe a back test this, maybe don't. Move back up and what? Head back towards your highs. Enter the bear market. Enter bear market. You will find that the bottom of the bear market was the top in tether dominance. The bottom, I guess, since then was actually December of last year. Guess when alts were running. And something that's pretty interesting, maybe a little tinfoil hat, is if you invert the chart and you look at, this is the bear market bottom. This is when it was very high. If you, when tether dominance was high, if you look at it, what you'll find is there is something similar. There is a trend line, 2 touches. There is a third touch to a lower high, what we're looking for now, a pullback, and then a run. A run meaning a breakout. Now we're going to invert this again because this is the correct way to view it. But this exact pattern, and maybe a bar pattern will work well to show this, maybe it won't. Nobody's talking about this. This is fresh alpha. A lot of this shit. I don't know how well the bar pattern will look, but that is exactly what I'm looking for. Holy hell, this is hard to do. It's exactly what I'm looking for here. Close enough. It's really hard to manipulate. Really hard to manipulate. Oh, like a drunk sailor. Sorry, sailors. I didn't mean to. Haha, drunk sailor. Topical. There we go. Let's just leave it like this, right? Exactly what I'm looking for here. Looking for that third touch. A trend line is created with 2 touches. It is confirmed with a third touch that holds. And then just like it did back here, as it confirmed, the 4th test, it broke through and we entered the bull market. The 4th test, we break through, we enter the bear market. Boom. It all lines up. Does that mean it has to happen? No. But is it really interesting and unique, fresh alpha charting? Yes. That's where I'm at. Everybody. Montero is not listed. What's Monero? Montero. I believe you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But there's nothing to believe, right? It's like, it's just my opinion, and this is just something I see on the chart. To not believe it would be like, I don't believe what you see on the chart, which I think would be a silly comment, but you know. Nah, I love you, Michael. I'm gonna get back to the chat here. What I want you to do, if you're out there, like Sicilian Plays, my guy, subscribed. I want you to subscribe. If you subscribe on YouTube, this number at the bottom will roll over in real time. 193,827. It'll roll over to 828, and your name will pop up, and I'll shout you out. And then I want you to put a message in the chat and say hello. If you're on another platform like Twitch or X or Rumble or Kick, I don't know, like or subscribe there. You can join us over at youtube.com/TomCrown. No more messages in the other chats so far. We've been live for an hour. Nice. It is Weird Xbot. Yes, Nate Tech. It is Weird Xbots. Twitter bots. It's just weird FUD bots, man. It's just weird. It just... I have specific words. People who are happy to profit off of their viewers being harmed. Maybe the theme of 2025. Those are the people spreading it. SAYLOR, there is no evidence that SAYLOR nor Strategy has sold any Bitcoin at all. 5-minute time frame, sure. It is on its 5-minute. What do we got here alert wise? I think a lot of my charts have kind of just gotten shit bricked here. I think Professor Beans is trying to come in. Hold up. Let me see if I can get her in here. Is live now on CNBC Venus? I feel like that's not true. Maybe he is. Sorry, I'm so skeptical when people say Saylor's live because there's always a million scam streams of him live on YouTube, like the giveaways. The giveaways. I don't see any. I don't see it. Does anybody else see this? Can anybody confirm? Anybody confirm? I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. Hold up. Let's see if Beans is coming. No, I guess not. I guess it was just like now that the heat's on and it's cold out. Now that the heat's on, it's cold out. Like the doors and the windows keep like. I keep thinking it's Beans trying to get in. Did anybody confirm that? I don't see Saylor live anywhere. What's up, players? He is live. You did say that, Venus, but he's live on CNBC. Okay, Big Don. Sorry, not against you, Venus. Literally, people have come in here for years and years and years and been like, yeah, Saylor's live, and it's like a scam stream, and so we got to protect everybody. It's like, no, he's not, but I guess he is. I wonder what he's saying. Let me should we pull that up? We could pull that up. CNBC Simbus. Looking. Resha. I don't see it. CNBC Saylor? I don't see it. If somebody finds this, if somebody can find a link, send it to me on the Discord. Just tag me in the normal chat. I don't see it. Where are you guys seeing this? Am I being punked? Saylor should be selling. I mean, should and Willie are very different. Saylor also should have not just top blasted every single buy. Every single. But he did. Every single buy. But he did. What do you think about Dogecoin? People ask me every day. It's interesting to see that people are still loyal to Doge. Saylor seems to be liquidating 12.5% of his portfolios. Incorrect. Okay, Ralph says he is watching at CNBC and Saylor is not live. That's what I thought. No, Saylor has not sold any Bitcoin. There's no evidence of Saylor selling Bitcoin. Wow. Whoa. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. Look at AMC. You guys remember AMC back in 21? Back when Dogecoin was running and GME was apes were aping into centralized bullshit stocks. It's a shame that GME apes never found Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what they were looking for. But dude, look at AMC. AMC is at an all-time low. $2.30 in 2021. It was at 366. What? Albert Crack, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? It's not true. Like, that's not true. Saylor is not selling, dude. You can be bearish. That's not what I'm arguing. You're allowed to be bearish. But there is no Saylor selling. There's no evidence of that. The only evidence of that is I feel scared. And like really, really untrustworthy, scammy, shitbait accounts on Twitter have tweeted that with no evidence. Like, look, this is Saylor's freaking his Twitter. A single 2 hours ago, an hour and a half ago. Hold on. Something tells me that Saylor is not tweeting HODL. Wallace, actually, this was technically after the wallet moves. after they... Why are you saying that? Why are people saying that? The people telling you this, so it's not Albert's fault, but the people telling you that SAYLOR is selling, you need to unfollow those people. You need to block those people. You need to not be the audience for those people. Those people do not, those people literally profit off of you losing. Like, they want you to lose. They want you to be enraged. They want you to be emotional. They want you to make bad decisions. Because for them, it's worth it. Ooh. BTC Euro. This is cool. So I was talking about Bitcoin, the death cross confirming on today's close. It will 100% confirm on today's close for Bitcoin Euro. 100%. There's no doubt it won't. Absolutely. That's cool. I'll take a picture of that. Put that in the Discord. Discord.gg/TomCrown. Mentioned a level that I thought we'd bounce off. So the yearly open, 93.5. 93.5. We haven't quite gotten there yet. 94.5. Bitcoin seemingly doing a little U-turn for now. I mean, I welcome it. Let's go back up. I won't be mad if I don't get filled. Let's see. USDTD rejection, eh? Where is it rejecting, bro? Did I buy Dogecoin? Bro, Ishmael, I was one of the only people bullish on like Dogecoin back in like 2019, 2020 into 21. I haven't bought Dogecoin in a long time, but I bought it many years ago. I stacked it, and it's one of my biggest P&L positions. So I'm a fan. What if the death cross confirms on today's close, guys? Seriously, what if death cross confirms today on the close, and USDT rejects here on the close, and it moves? Like, I will have called it. It might be too easy. We should dump on the open market. You think? Go for it, John Kella. Get it, buddy. Get it, brother. Need a miracle. Yeah, miracles happen though. Dude, I'm surprised by the support. What's up, Made? Two-wheel crypto. Money flow coming out of market cipher, I believe it. You put all money in thin air Bitcoin, John Peterson. The only comment this man's ever made on our channel. He put all money in thin air Bitcoin. Me too. I did too. People, Danny Jack Silver actually coming in with a basest comment. He said, people who sold for a loss, and I'll add to this, and people who sold in a panic, people who emotionally sold, want others to do the same. And they FUD. That makes sense. Last time it was that low, it caused so much buying, it went straight to an all-time high. The last many times we have seen the death cross, we've gone over this every day. I hate repeating myself, and so I tend to like avoid it naturally, and I don't want to talk about the same things over and over again, even if they're relevant. I thought that I had talked about the death crosses way too much on the streams already. We've talked about them every day, but we've pointed out every day for a while now that a death cross has marked the bottom each year. On each year we've had a pullback in the bull run. We have seen the bottom, let's just say it to make it simple, the exact day of the death cross. This happened already this year, which is the difference potentially now. It happened in August of 24, and it happened of September of 23. Each time it marked the bottom. Here we are, break into a low, and the death cross is very, very likely going to paint at today's close by the end of the weekend at worst. You look at Bitcoin against Euro, and it absolutely, with 100% certainty, will cross on today's close. 100%. They're unavoidable at this point, unless Bitcoin were to close at 110K or something in euros today. Unlikely. Even then, it probably still would cross. So very good sign that I think we're getting it this week, maybe even today. What's really cool extra cool, is US tether dominance just rejected from the same trend line created by the last two death crosses. At those lows, at the death cross at the lows in this year and last year, that trend line has been untested until today. Drink it in. Drink it in. This is the best hopium. I'm rolling this up and I'm putting it in my pipe. This is some good shizzle. Looking for a close under the trend line for dominance. Did we ever find... I don't think SAYLOR was speaking. Hopefully Venus is okay and not watching like a scam stream. Body. Coin has chilled out a little bit. I almost don't like it when it does this. Like when it's selling off, just keep going. You know, like don't chill. Just go down, right? Just keep going down. Let's get it over with. Rip the band-aid off. Don't like go down and then spend 4 hours doing nothing, then go down again. Rip it off. Ooh, silver. Body. Let me close some of these. I think Circle, real quick, I think Circle's going back to $64. What a trip. 72% down from its high. I didn't take this trade. I don't even think I shared this with you guys. I didn't take this. I do want to buy some R, but I didn't have like funds on exchanges to buy it. It's not really traded anywhere. I looked at the last few weeks and realized that it has retraced 50% a lot. So maybe you can even get it down here. We'll come back to R though. Not today. Dot holding up better than I would have expected. Shorts printing. ZEC now doing nothing. ZZ. Dollar. Dude, I don't know what the dollar's gonna do. Dollar's waiting for the Fed. I don't know how the Fed. Dude, I don't know what the Fed's gonna do in December. I don't know how you cut rates with no numbers for October. I don't know how you do it, but I don't know how you don't cut rates with what we're seeing in employment. It's a really weird position. It's starting to feel like the soft landing is not on the table. The soft landing that we supposedly already did. It's like maybe we never actually landed. Solana. Wow, this is taking forever to play out, but it finally looks like it's playing out. Solana coming on home. Coming home. What do we got over here? Bear flag down, bear flag down. Wow, Solana looks like absolute shit. Sorry, Solana lovers. This looks like absolute garbage. What's interesting is most altcoins have already had the death cross paint. Very few, like Solana, are actually looking to do it later than Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin this weekend, or maybe even today. Solana, maybe sometime next week. Sometime next week, the week after, depends on how low this goes. Kind of interesting. Yeah, if you look at a coin, like I know just off the top of my head, I know ADA, Cardano. Cardonist painted its death cross back here on the 3rd of November. Now it's getting too close for comfort for me. Coming back down to that low. Breaking that low is not a good signal, but most charts look like this with the death cross somewhere between October and November. I'm curious what this means, or what kind of how we can use this in our trading as an edge. Perhaps we'll have to wait to see how some of these bigger caps with death crosses paint out, especially Bitcoin, obviously. But if we start seeing things like ADA break up after their cross, maybe we look to find a long on Solana when it goes into its cross, right? Something like that. There's some edge we can use. But my loud. I have a feeling Solana's going to be some people's Litecoin. It's going to be their Litecoin. That all-time high just fucking wrecked everyone, dude. It's like 261, have 294, and then back down. It's 125, not be a bad spot to look for a Solana bounce, but this looks very bad. Like, this is starting to look very bad. Sorry for FUD. Sorry for party FUD. Well, it's starting to look bad. This is a monthly time frame. What do you see? Now, you don't have a test of 125 yet. You don't have a breakdown rejection of 128, right? But that's not looking great. You want to see if 125 is tested here. You want to see a bounce. You want to see a return to 190. Then you can eke out. You can still keep on to the hope that you're painting a bull flag. H-bar, please. Pipe dream is over. 4K by December. Wait, 4K for what? For Bitcoin? That's wild. 4K? 4K this month? Let's go. Now, I would be buying I would sell everything I own to buy Bitcoin at 4K again. I don't think I'd ever get the pleasure. Don't threaten me with a good time. Even gold? Oh no, Bitcoin gold versus total broke down. That's bad news. Even gold's down. Dude, where is money going? Where's capital rotating? I thought like for sure this was going right back to all-time high. It might just be pulling back to make a higher low, but where's the capital? Left nut gone. What's up, Philly? Philly skills. Can we check H-bar? Perhaps. Give me a sec. Stock's still like okay. You're still here. I mean, that lower high is ugly, but like it doesn't look anything different than what we've seen. The yen, I guess. Capital going to ZEC. It's all rotating to ZEC. The whole world, baby. BlackRock stealing it probably. What's up, Jennifer? Ms. Moffat. My bad. Moffat. Total looks like shit. Okay, total broke down too. Total's still faring better than Bitcoin dominance. Oh, I did not sleep good. My body. Oh, I also did my run yesterday. My outdoor in 30-something degree weather run. I am sore as shit. Total faring better though. Still hasn't revisited June's low. Right, and that's what we're looking at here for Bitcoin. Hell, we're looking at the yearly open for Bitcoin. What's the yearly open for total? Oh my. Oh, that's bad. Wow, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh my, that's really bad. This was the thing I was talking about with Bitcoin. Well, I guess the good news, if we want to call it good news, is like we've bounced so far, kind of. That's the yearly candle for total. Oh, the whole year from January till now is like a 0% change. Wow. 0.3%, but even just how many minutes ago? 20 minutes ago. Like this yearly candle red, yearly candle green. Oh my god. That's some shit. That's some shit. I didn't expect to see that. Dominance breaking down. That's bad. Dominance breaking down bad. Total's going down in my opinion. I don't think that's good. How long have we been live? An hour and a half? Yeah, we've been live an hour and a half. We're not done. Don't go anywhere. But I am going to, because we're 90 minutes in, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, please, if you haven't subscribed, like the stream, do that right now. Help engage the stream. The more engagement we get, the more YouTube shows us to more people. We already have 1,000, 2,000 people watching. I don't know. But let's get those numbers up. Let's get it even higher. Let's get 3,000, right? Let's get more likes, more shares, more subscribers. No matter what platform you're on, if you're on X or Rumble or Twitch or Kick or wherever the hell we're on, like and subscribe there. You can join us at youtube.com/TomCrown if you want to join the big stream with everybody on it chatting. If you haven't, take a moment and look at the links in the video description below. especially BYDFi, our exchange partner, and MetaSignals.io, our sponsor for the next few streams. MetaSignals. MetaSignals is minting a lifetime pass for their proprietary algorithmic trading signals. They were we have our partners in the past. We worked with them before. They're doing a new push here with the last few of their lifetimes, and this is backed by some great people in the space like Eric Crown, Crypto Zombie, all kinds of good people. So check it out. Links also in the video description. Metasignals.io. They're good peeps. Good peeps. BYDFi, our exchange partner, no KYC. Bonuses for using my link, but the real value that I will offer you if you sign up for any of these things, MetaSignals, BYDFi, whatever, even TradingView. If you use my link, it is an affiliate link, it supports the channel, I will support you, meaning if you ever have an issue, if you deposit on an exchange and they freeze it, or I don't know, something weird happens, right? Come to me in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown, open a ticket, and I will advocate on your behalf. I will go to them and say, look, a community member of mine, using my link, they're having this issue. I need you to escalate this. I need you to get them an answer. Nobody offers that. All the customer service is garbage in this space, and I can get ahead of those lines by working with these people, having these contacts. And I can't guarantee that, you know, whatever it is you want will go the way you want, but I can't guarantee that I will fight for you. So huge value. There it is. Shill's over. What's up? We got some new subscribers there. Maulana27, Pet Recor, Shreyas, Thomas Streeta a little bit ago, Ismail Ella. Who else is here? Who else? How many votes we got on this poll? 2,000 votes on the poll, not bad. About one for every live concurrent viewer right now. What's the next move for Bitcoin? With 2,000 opinions weighing in, a quarter of us, a little bit more than a quarter, looking at 94K is the bottom. A third of us, 90 to 94K. Still looking good. We'd have to trade a little bit lower than we are now. 85 to 90K at a fifth of us, and a quarter. Interesting. This is actually where this poll is spicy. An equal portion, 500 people out of 2,000 voted for under 85K, and 500 people out of 2,000 said the bottom is in. That is a hella spicy poll. Huge value. Thank you. It is. Today's one of the best days of the year. Why is that, Mr. Dingles? Do you have to KYC on weeks? John James, WeX? I mean, I do have a link for WeX. I don't know. Or do you mean BYDFi? The one, it's pinned to the top of chat, it's in the video description. I don't think you have to KYC for either. Soft landing on the tables, I mean for crypto. Wish I knew, bro. I don't know. I mean, it depends how it's handled, right? Depends what direction they go in. I think the best outcome that we can have for crypto and just crypto, like our bags, is the printing route, that they just print this shit and they just stop caring about inflation. Just hyperinflate. I mean, this is our destiny no matter what. There's no way around this. We don't have to do it this year. We don't have to do it this decade, but there is no way around hyperinflating the dollar. You can easily see this by looking at the debt, the national debt. There's no way to pay the national debt back. People will outgrow it. No, we won't. We won't outgrow it. We ain't outgrowing it, bro. That's a pipe dream. That's someone smoking a little too much crack. No, not really. It's somebody who wants you to think that there's any other avenue. The only avenue is that we hyperinflate out of it. That's it. Dollar loses its reserve status, we hyperinflate out. That is a possible option to escape what we're seeing now. That's the one I think that would be most beneficial for Bitcoin, crypto specifically. But I know just as much as you do about what they're actually going to do. If that's the case, if that is the path they take, I would speculate that we would see that begin in May of next year and not before. I think the Fed will remain mostly fiscally tight and hawkish. Maybe getting a little more dovish as things go on, but like remaining tight, keeping to the 2% target. Come May of 26, it's all off the table. May of 26, it's all off the table, boy. Mathematically impossible. It is mathematically impossible. We cannot pay the debt back. It's impossible. When old, Scott, I don't know more, Alex. Wow, BYDFi is restricted in the UK? Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. By the way, guys, please bring everything to my attention about any of the partners I work with. Please bring it to my attention. If you ever have issues, this is why I offer this service too, is it helps me keep an eye on them. Don't think I'm gonna be mad. Don't think I'm gonna be mad or say you're talking shit about my partners or whatever. My loyalty is to you guys. Period. My loyalty is to the audience, is to my followers, to the people who tune in, whether they hate me or love me. My loyalty is to you. It's not to anyone else. It's not even to money. It's just to you guys. Please bring it to my attention. I literally right now, I'm going to pause the stream and I'm going to ask right now, why is that the case? And why, you know, like, why didn't you say anything to me, etc. Hold up. Okay, message sent. Literally, I deliver, man. Deliver my words. Germs. Daniel Rowe. So I will get info for you on that right now. We'll see. It'll take a bit. Usually the business development people are in a different country and they're sleeping. Never do anything illegal. Never break laws in your country and your jurisdiction, right? Always follow them. However, in the past, when I have wanted to access exchanges privately, keeping my information private, including my location and my identity, I've used VPNs. Make sure to figure out the legality of that and where you are. Know what I mean? Be careful with that. But yeah, no, that's what I've done. But I'll find out. That's interesting. I didn't know that. You use a deck. Use a Dex, you noobs. I'm Dexes are the future. Antarctic Exchange is our Dex partner. They have perps and spot, I believe. At least perps. The link is in the video description below. It is a Dex. It is self-custody. I believe Dexes are the future, but I don't think that they've matured enough yet. They're not quite there for me to make the jump totally. For me to like totally be all in. Eventually, I will. Eventually, they will be. It's not quite there yet for me. There's also just always an issue of like, if your order has to be on a blockchain, right? It's like there's some issues. I won't get into it. I'm also not an expert there, but there's some issues. Visibility of your order. It's not a good thing. You don't really want your orders to be public. There can be execution problems. There can be people like kind of sandwich attacking you basically by how blockchain works. Not shitting on them, not saying they're bad. I think they are the future. It's the direction the space is going. It's inevitable that we're going to get off centralized exchanges. We're going to move to decentralized exchanges. I've watched the evolution of them and they've come a very long way, an extremely long way. I just think they have a little bit more to go. There you go. A little more to go. Can we check ETH? Yes. ETH check, yes. More subscribers. Keep hitting those buttons. Doing great. God, what is in my eye? What's up, Roback? Becoming a member. Antonio Martins subscribed a minute ago. Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother. I closed my ETH trade. It felt bad. Felt bad. But I don't regret it now. I mean, it's probably here. Took profit up here. Closed half the position. Close the rest of it like here. I'm in 0 trades right now. I'm patiently waiting for a little bit lower on Bitcoin for a long, and then a lot higher for a short. This is the first time in memory where I have no positions open. Honestly, it feels kind of good. I thought I would feel anxious about it. It feels kind of good. Whoa. ETH is very far from the death cross, which is funky. The rest of the space is much closer. Much closer. But Ethereum still didn't break its low, which is interesting. It has relative to Bitcoin held up pretty well. This is interesting because it's at the spot that we were expecting support to come in. Now it did go lower than I thought. It went all the way down to 0.30. I was thinking it was bounce here is 3.33. But just showing strength here. I think this is a good argument that the move towards 0.05 still on the table. This trade has been placed here quite some time ago, probably back in August, back when Ethereum was ripping and everybody was full bull Ethereum. We were looking for a pullback to 0.33. I've talked about this so much. I've talked about it so much that I stopped talking about it because I felt like I was just being a broken record and it was like annoying. I realized though that I need to just talk about the same things all the time because new people watch. I still think this is a solid trade. Ethereum is showing strength versus Bitcoin still. It's at major support. It's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want to see. 50% move to the upside against BTC. Where would that bring it? That's funny. Not haha funny, like boo-hoo funny. If Ethereum right now were to break out against Bitcoin and run to 0.05, it would put it right back here at like 4,800. Just right back at the high. Whoop. Look at SAYLOR FUD Walter Bloomberg. Yeah, there is SAYLOR FUD going on. I don't know. Everybody needs to unfollow the people posting SAYLOR FUD. They're doing it because they know you're stressed and they know you'll engage with it. But they're doing it at your expense, at your cost, right? Like they're not doing it to help you. They're doing it to harvest you. They're doing it to take your emotions, what you're feeling and experiencing, and monetize it at your cost. Yeah. Well, Walter Bloomberg said, Strategy is buying quite a lot of Bitcoin, SAYLOR says. Strategy to disclose latest purchases on Monday, SAYLOR says. Thank God he's addressing this. Thank God he's addressing this. Let me see. Huh. It does say Michael Saylor on CNBC now, but we couldn't find it earlier.
Last time our next guest was on CNBC, he was expecting Bitcoin down the
you want to run?
Shall we? Do we want to? We could. I found it. You guys want it? Yeah, let's put it on. If we get bored, we'll turn it off. What's your POW screen? What's your POW? CNBC, please do not strike us. Please do not give us a strike for airing your copyrighted content, actually, as I say it out loud. It's relevant, it's news. I feel like the public owns it. If only feelings protected you from lawsuits. Here we go. I want to make it so we can see the charts, though.
Ride the rocket, you got to be prepared to pull the G's.
Ooh, riding the rocket, pulling the G's. Hold up, Sailor. You're talking sexy to me now.
Last time our next guest was on CNBC, he was expecting Bitcoin to be $150,000 by the end of the year. Want to find out if he's changed his tune since late October, given the recent move in the crypto space. You're looking at Bitcoin right now at $94,632. Michael Saylor is here, strategy founder and executive chairman. Good morning to you.
Jam.
What do you think? 150 by the end of the year? What do you think's happening here?
You know, I think we all want to go to the moon, but if you want to ride the rocket, you got to be prepared to pull the G's. Over 5 years, Bitcoin's had like 6 brutal drawdowns. If you roll the clock back 13 months, we were sitting around 68,000. And then after the Trump election, we had this incredible rally from 68 to 106,000 in 5 weeks. If you go back 14 months, we were about 55,000. And so if you'd said we're going to go from 55,000 to 94,000 in 14 months, that would have exceeded any reasonable investor's expectations. Over 5 years,
except for
Bitcoin's up about 50% a year on average for the 5 years. Gold and S&P are studying the cost capital at 14%. My company's strategy is up 71%, equivalent to NVIDIA. There's no other stock in the S&P that's done any better. So I think the volatility comes with the territory. If you're going to be a Bitcoin investor, you need a 4-year time horizon, and you need to be prepared to handle the volatility in this market.
So when you look at the price right now, and then we'll talk about the implications for strategy, but when you look at the price right now, what does the upside at this moment look like to you, and what does the downside in this moment look like to you?
You know, I feel like we put in a pretty strong base of support around here. There's an incredible amount of leverage coming out of the system, a lot of liquidation. A lot of the OG holders were selling at the $100,000 level, and so I'm fairly comfortable at this level. I would think that we'll build from this base and we'll rally from here. Obviously, it's hard to make a forecast for the end of the year right now, given what's happened over the past few weeks, and especially the shift in the macro environment. But, you know, as you know, my view is Bitcoin's going to outperform gold. It's going to outperform the S&P. It is digital capital. And so if you're a long-term investor, this is the place to be.
In terms of the way your fund is structured and the debt that you've taken out to effectively buy Bitcoin,
I don't get any of that.
What are the trigger points, just so people understand the full risks involved for you, in terms of some of these preferreds and other things, in terms of where Bitcoin needs to lie, either on the low end?
No, this was like 20 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, it's pretty important to note that we're not even 1.15 times levered. We're very fractionally levered, and our debt that we have is 4.5 years out. So we don't really have any trigger points anytime soon. And if Bitcoin were to fall 80%, we're still over collateralized and we're fine. So our balance sheet's pretty stable. The company's strategy, just like an intelligent bank, would be to build amplification for the common stock using preferred equity. So the equity never comes due. It's a dividend payment declared by the board. It's not a coupon. We can't be in a default. There is no credit default situation from the digital credit that we're selling at this point.
I was curious if you could comment on something we heard from Cathie Wood last week. You know, she has a target, I think by 2030, she had it at $1.5 million a coin, and recently suggested it might actually be closer to a 1.2, which is still pretty remarkable unto itself. And yet, when she explained her new rationale, it was actually that stable coins, the sort of emergence of stable coins and the growth of those coins being used for transactions, she argued could ultimately crowd out some of the use case for Bitcoin. What did you think when she said that?
I think the entire digital assets economy is exploding and growing in a bunch of different dimensions. Right now, the way to think of it is that half of the economy is built around Bitcoin. It's digital capital. Bitcoin is digital gold. And the killer application on top of digital capital is digital credit. Instruments like Stretch, STRC, credit instruments that pay yield. And that's a very simple business. The other half of the economy is digital finance, and it's going to be built on the proof-of-stake networks that are emerging, the Ethereum Solanas, the BNBs. And the killer application for that part of the digital assets economy is tokenized currencies, a la stable coins, tokenized securities, tokenized real-world assets, tokenized brands, and DeFi in general. Well, that's a very complicated technical development, and I'm sure that stable coins are going to go from hundreds of billions to trillions of dollars, but it's not really competing with digital capital. No rich person wants to buy the currency instead of an equity or a real estate or a capital asset.
Michael, given where Bitcoin's trading right now, are you buying?
We are buying.
Always, baby.
We're buying quite a lot, actually, and we'll actually report our next buys on Monday morning. I think people will be pleasantly surprised. In fact, we've been accelerating our purchases.
Are you ever not buying, Michael?
No, we're always buying. Bitcoin's always a good investment.
Always buying, baby.
But no, that's interesting, though, in terms of buying today at $95,364 versus buying 2 or 3 weeks ago. You're saying you were buying at both. If you were looking over the last year, sort of at your average, do you weight the buying based on trading?
we now own nearly 3.1% of the network, and we bought it on a blended average about 74,000 a coin.
74K.
The point that I would make for any investor is, if you have money you don't need for 4 years or longer, and if you don't trust anybody, you want no counterparties, you just want to own a piece of the global digital economy, you buy Bitcoin. It's the commodity. If you're an equity investor and you want to bet on digital credit and you want to bet on digital capital and you want some amplification, you buy an equity like MSTR. Right. If you have money for less than 4 years and you're an investor and your time frame is 12 weeks, you should buy the digital credit. For example, the credit instruments we've created have stripped the volatility off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's vol is like 45 on a trailing 30-day average. We have instruments.
There it is. So he was on CNBC. He was. We couldn't find it at first. That was not live, technically. It was live, I don't know, like an hour ago or 30 minutes ago or something. SAYLOR being based. But really, thank God he got on CNBC. The real reason he did is because there's so much misinformation. There are literally people in this chat and people coming to this chat, more people that aren't even here yet that will be, saying that SAYLOR and his team are selling, which is verifiably untrue. There's no evidence of this. I guess I understand why they're saying it. They're following really shitty people on X, really shitty YouTubers, people who just want to take advantage of them for clicks and money, and they're buying into it. Likely combined with, you know, they're feeling stressed, they're feeling pessimistic, they're panicking, they're, you know, in fear, etc. You know, these things are all blending together. But there's no information that says this. There is information that shows that they have reorganized, sent coins to different wallets, but there's not a reason to believe those wallets aren't just their control. It's not the first time they've done this, the last time that they'll do it. And so the one thing I said that I was giving credit to this concept is, even if like they're not selling and, you know, these people are full of shit saying this, the one piece of this that doesn't sit right is why in the world, SAYLOR, why in the world are you and your team reorganizing your coins when Bitcoin is at 94K, when it's after this, right? Do it on the way up. Do it while it's up. Don't wait till right here to send a bunch of billions around. That's crazy. That is really a fuck up. I'll just say the bad word. It's an F up. That's crazy. That's the only thing. Other than that, there's nothing. And he went on CNBC basically to do his little I mean, I think he is AI. I have a feeling SAYLOR was replaced by AI years ago. But yeah, he said his little spiel, but I think the real reason was to show face and to dispel these rumors. It's my real take. And now that I think about it, he posted HODL in this picture. Now that I think about it, this also is maybe not the smartest play. SAYLOR, please call me. Just reach out through any means, email, Twitter, whatever. Please, I want to help you. You need my help, bro. What? Like, at first I didn't think anything of it. Now, but let's read into this. Now, I understand it's just an AI picture. Just generated. He thought it looked cool. He liked it, whatever. It's the Titanic sinking. What do you mean, HODL? What does HODL even mean in that concept? Like, wouldn't HODL be like die in the Titanic? Like go down with the ship? Like, I don't get that. This is not well thought out either. Not well thought out. SAYLOR's great at slanging Bitcoin. Bad at buying. He's great at buying, but bad at buying at good prices. Bad at moving wallets time, and I guess bad at memes. Like, the Titanic is also not a good image to put out there when Bitcoin is at 94K. My lord. He's floating on his personal bag, right? He's like the rich guy. It would be only more out of touch if he was like in a life raft. Like if he was like in the one of those boats, you know, that like only women and children got on. If it was like him with all his luggage and just like people drowning in the ocean around him. Just like, HODL. You got it. You got this one. You can swim. That's why God gave you arms and legs to swim like a fish. Just hold on. Yeah. I mean, I guess like hold on, like don't drown. But dude, that is just not. That is the wrong imagery. It got 1.5 million views on Twitter today in like 2 hours. But like the wrong image for today. You think 𝐂𝐽 blocked you? Dude, I don't know what 𝐂𝐽 is going on. Like guys, I'm pretty much always going to be bullish. I trade short. I understand bear markets come. I'm just bullish on crypto. I've been in it long enough that that's the direction that is profitable. I'm willing to hold. You're allowed to be bearish. But some people come in here and it's just so strange to say the things they say. It's so strange. What is this one? Someone said something really nice. Joseph Kubik. I just saw your message, dude. I scrolled up, subscribed. The only person doing live during all this bullcrap. You won my respect. That's all I'm here for, bro. That's all I want. I don't know. Maybe he stopped responding, or maybe he got filtered into just like the live chat. Because I don't see him anymore. Yeah, I don't see him. But he was just going off about SAYLOR selling and like selling 5 minutes. It's dumping in 5 minutes. And like, and it sent like 100 messages in like 30 minutes. Not even. Either way, I appreciate his engagement. He really. Have you heard the news about Telecoin? No, Irish, I haven't. And I don't know. Telecoin, like, I feel like, didn't that rug? Something weird. Did it rug? No. I'll admit that this is not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is the weekly time frame. I mean, this is good. This looks like Cardano. It looks like Doge. It looks like all these charts with, you know, a series of higher lows and higher highs. Ooh, we're getting a Bitcoin volume alert volatility alert. I don't know if we'll come back to tell maybe if I remember, but getting a volatility alert. A prediction just came true. Volatility breaking to a higher high after painting a higher low yet again. Called it. Boop, boop, boop. Here we are. Looking to retest, man. Retest October's high of volatility. We'll see. Breaking out right now, which is interesting. Did Bitcoin go down? I guess because we have a big green candle. 1.4% after down, yeah. Something like that. I don't like this short. I'm not going to take this short. I think maybe I'll take this short for like a tiny little bit. Just to show off BYD-Fi and me trading on it. How's that sound? BYD-Fi. Biffity. 982 to the 982. Is that right? Sorry, I'm gonna give you guys like a seizure doing this. If you're photosensitive, look away. 5 minute on the 1 hour. Okay. 5 minute on the 1 hour. Here we are. 981. 981. I should just start doing this, especially because I hate chop trading. I should just start doing this, just like a tiny little trade. It's a tiny little weeny little beanie weeny baby wavy little tradey. There we go. There we go. Here's my short. Go ahead, liquidate me. Just take this as fuel for the fire. Trading on BYD-Fi. They have all kinds of trading bots built in. Big grids, spot grid. We were talking about this yesterday. DCA, futures grid, spot martingale. All kinds of goodies, all kinds of pairs. Check them out. Check them out. Here we go. Quick if people stop being late. No stop loss. Well, my stop loss there. So always use a stop loss, guys. You can see me at times not using them. It's not the best practice. But know that I'm not just not thinking about it. So this doesn't have a stop loss, but the total margin of this trade is only $100. So if it gets liquidated, you know, price returns to 107. What was, I don't remember, 107 something up here. If it gets liquidated, I lose $100. Now, I would never in my life put a trade on leverage with no stop loss if I was using cross. Cross is usually the default on an exchange. I do not use cross. Cross is very dangerous. I recommend isolated. I would never ever do that with cross because you can just lose your whole account. When you use isolated, I've made it so I can only lose that $100 no matter what happens. Even if price goes to 10 million in a second, like I only use $100. So instead of using a stop loss, I'm basically just stopping the position out or controlling my risk by managing the amount I'm risking. So it's a stop loss in like a different way. If you don't 100% understand what I just said, don't do this. Use a stop loss. Yeah. Get the full 194 today. I don't know about that. Maybe by the end of the day. Is their total market cap. USDT below the high. Let's go. Let's go. This could become one of my best calls of all time if this plays out. Shorting right now on high leverage is genius. I don't know about that. Maybe. 100th time. Great find on that cross. Oh, we've got the crosses, buddy. We've got the 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭. This crosses. I think it could be today. If it depends where this closes. It might not depend where this closes. It might just be today. My watch just told me to stand up. Freaking clankers. Clankers. Trying to tell us what to do. What's up, Original Vix? How you doing, bro? Thanks for subscribing. Welcome. Clankers. Always trying to tell us what to do. Stand up. It's your bedtime. Yeah, well, guess what? You're not the boss of me. So stupid. I cracked myself up. Where's these moving averages? Okay. Biz as usual. Biz as usual. It's still the exact same play. Not really looking for anything else, but SPX right there, baby. It's Tesla for now. Whoa. Guys, such a side stitch. I need more water. Oh, God. I said it earlier, but for those of you just joining, I did my run club thing yesterday, and it was outside in the cold. I have not run in cold weather. I don't even know how long. When was the last time you went running? Did a few miles outdoors in under 50, under 40 degree weather? Like, I was all bundled up. For me, I have no idea. Over 10 years ago. That was wild, but dude, I'm sore as shit. Zek still finding strength, moving to the trend line. Monaro. Man, we are getting a good amount of subscribers today. We got like 90 subscribers in yesterday's live stream, which is the most we've seen in a while. Bitcoin Euro is 100% going to confirm the death cross on today's close. Regardless about USD. BTC USD might wait till this weekend. This will 100%. These are unavoidably. You can see this move down 0.42% from yesterday's close to today. It is just 0.15, not even 0.1. Maybe not even 0.1% away now. It will likely, the 50 will likely be at like 95K and the 200 at 95.3 tomorrow on BTC Euro. I think that's a good sign for Bitcoin dollar to death cross. We're hoping the bottom is put in. We're hoping we continue. I mean, I am. Praying. What's up, Jake? Welcome, brother. Still have 1,800 live viewers. Hella spicy stream. Been live 2 hours again. Jeez. Is that death cross daily? Daily, barbaric. Daily. The weekly death cross. We had the first golden cross on the week. What's interesting is the first weekly death cross I believe ever was February of 23, right here. In fact, that was an argument that kept people bearish. This was the first weekly death cross ever. Bitcoin history, I believe. We had our first weekly golden cross right at ETFs, like directly at ETFs being launched. Price has not gone anywhere near the 200. It has ridden the 50 up, and here we go. We haven't closed below it. We would have to rally by the end of the weekend. Back up to 103.2. It doesn't seem impossible. This could be the first close under the 50. Damn, since March of 23, if it happens. Now, the death cross is almost hard to imagine ever happening. I say that, and of course it's possible. But when I say it's hard to imagine ever happening, it is very low and moving up very slowly. So in order for a death cross to happen on the week, oh man, price would have to trade under 55K, which is obviously not impossible in a bear market, but it would have to stay there for 50, I would say, like, yeah, 50 weeks, a year. You'd have to like spend a year underneath, like a year between 50 and 71, like a whole year down here. And then that would drag the 50 week down. The 200 would be here, and you'd see the death cross, and it could paint out just like this, right? Paint out again. But we are far away. That would be a year plus from now. It would take like minimum a year for that to happen. And it would be a year if we teleported down below 55K now and stayed there for a year. Pretty much. Everybody, you're gonna make me lose control. I didn't even notice the music stopped. Oh, the music stopped. Ironic. Trying to slow tunes right now. This is, you guys were saying Walter Bloomberg was fudding. You were right. They did correct it, I think, but 8 a.m. this morning cuts Bitcoin holdings by 47K. No, they didn't. They did it. Community note. Did you know that I'm one of the people who slaps those bad boys on you? President Craig Matron did not cut the company's official. No, not decrease reporting. Incomplete wallet tracking. Incomplete wallet tracking is not totally correct, but not sales is correct. So I'm going to say it is helpful. I'm not going to put any notes. This is false, as confirmed by Executive Chairman Michael Saylor in his tweet this morning. What tweet is that? What tweet is that? There's no truth to this rumor. Bam. That is a note that is helpful. That's a high quality source, easy to understand, directly addresses the post's claim. I'll just do them all. Let's do them all. That's correct. Head of MicroStrategy. I mean, this one is the same thing. Just coattailing, but I'll vote yes. There it is. There it is. Not true. Not true. Denied. Denied. Goliath online. Goliath. Oh, wow. I don't know who this person is, but yeah. Yeah, Mac, whoever you are, shout out. X is the only place where you can just tweet random shit and everybody believes you. X is truly a shithole. Sorry, X. I never stream in there. But, bros, you gotta do something. I think when you get community noted, it should deboost your account each time. Like, each time you get noted for, like, misinformation. Like, engagement farming misinformation, you should get deboosted. To the point where if you do it enough, you're just shadow banned. Like, your shit doesn't go out. Period. It's so true, though. And it's even worse than this. It's not just the place where that happens. It's the place where the algorithm pushes it. The algorithm exclusively pushes, like, rage bait and just false information. It's wild. It's wild. It's absolutely insane. And I'm out here. I'm here for it. Live on X right now. You know, I've been posting it up. Now everything's like chilling and isn't scary. It's not as fun. Anybody watch The Chair Company yet? I've been watching it. I love Tim Robinson. definitely interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it yet. Dominance is showing some weakness. A little weakness. Not enough to celebrate, but a little weakness. I want to go back to Lost Lands. Take me back to Lost Lands. God. I'm sick of these charts and this dumping. I want to go listen to the whoopee whoopee musics and dance. Anyway. Total. Bottom could be in, man. The year turned red. I almost wanted to go back to red so I can make a tweet with a red yearly candle.
Lalita Holloway's new single out of her brand new Gold Mine album. It's called
But right here, this line, 3.19, I'm gonna make it thick and blue for you.
I don't think you should be modest about it. You got a great set.
That's the year, the yearly open. I know it's crazy to think that earlier today, just an hour ago, the entire year candle for crypto was red for total crypto market cap.
Right.
Bonkers.
Right, that's my home.
It has bounced. It's not quite a believable bounce yet.
We can hear you here, even without the onions.
Without the, what are they talking about in this song? Even without the onions. They say so.
Where are you from, Madeline?
Chicago.
How do you like it in the evening? Sounds thrilled about the whole thing. Of course, this was one of your Gold Mine albums.
I don't know what's happening in the background of this song. Talking to a lady friend.
So I want to thank you very much for stopping by our WPBI studios. I wanted to meet the voice that produced this great sound, and we appreciate you making an appearance on our Steel Clear show.
I'm glad to be here.
Stop by again.
I sure.
Lalita Holloway.
Okay. Do it to it. What's up, Jose? I have a friend named Jose. I'm going over to my friend Jose's house today. Later today, we're having a game night. What's up, Seed? Only stream with SAYLOR in the title. That's not a scam, I know. Please YouTube. Please YouTube, don't. Oh, wow. My bad. That audio was so loud. The music was so loud. You guys probably couldn't even hear me. My bad. Is the music that loud on purpose? No. How long has it been? Okay, it's only been a little bit. No, I turned it up for SAYLOR. I turned it up when SAYLOR was talking, and I didn't notice it because the audio, the music volume you get isn't the music volume I get. I have to like see it to know it's loud. Shit, my bad. Yeah, the only one not scamming. Yep. Hopefully YouTube doesn't mistake it. Song name nostalgic here. This is a really old mix by Kiffin Beats. I'll put the link in here. Subscribe. I got links in the chat. House 10, 100K subs, lo-fi house mix. Yeah, then we're probably the only channel that's setting the record straight about SAYLOR. SAYLOR is not selling. They didn't sell any Bitcoin. There's no reason other than clickbait. Actually, the only reason to believe it is you saw other accounts posting it that you trusted. Damn, Seed, you got 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube. You're a goat. I'm gonna subscribe to you. I don't know what you do. You make music? Do you make music? I only see one video. What? Oh, that's a channel. You have 3 million views. Is that you playing the guitar? That's... What a confusing channel, but what a goat. A lot of subscribers. I don't know what you do, but what up? Check out 𝐂𝐴LK. Give him a listen, I will. I'll type it in right now, 𝐂𝐴LK. I wish more artists would like stumble in. When we started streaming here in like 2019, we had many music artists like stumble in here. That's where we got this beat from. I'm I'm gonna play this. It's been so long I can't even remember who made it. I have it written somewhere. This is like a real DJ, like a real music person made this for us. I love it. So long ago. Yeah, so Seed, what you're seeing is every stream. So here's the real like tip off is any stream that has a QR code, like when you see the preview or you open it, when it has like a QR code there and SAYLOR or Trump or Elon or, you know, like whoever is talking, Vitalik Burden, Ripple dudes, they're all scams. They're all the giveaway scams. Go ahead, report them. They do get taken down, but new ones come up. I mean, still report them when you see them. But like, yeah, we're not a scam. We're a real stream. We have SAYLOR in the title because people were saying that Michael Saylor was selling Bitcoin today. It was not. The strategy was selling billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Out of all the things that didn't happen, that one didn't happen the most. You make music, let's go, Sound Alchemy. Do you make wubs? Do you make the wubs? I mean, the one video has 3 million views on it. 𝐒𝐴 makes the best. Yeah, I mean, that's the... I misspelled strategy? I did it while I was live. Did I really? That's embarrassing. That wasn't the original. Oh, I did. Strategy. 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 I did it while I was live. I didn't get to, you know, like, kind of like doing multiple things at once. There we go. I changed it. Thank you. Probably doesn't actually matter, but it is. Straight edgy. When institutions selling Bitcoin will go to 20K? Maybe. I do wonder what will happen. When those treasuries unwind. Because obviously a lot of the copycat ones will. SAYLORs won't. I don't think strategy will, but a lot of the copycat ones will. Here would be my thoughts on it, and I already know that this is hopium as I think it, but the treasuries buying OTC didn't do shit. Didn't do shit for the price. The price did not go up, right? At all. Didn't pump. Sell about 40, 50 billion, whatever, the equivalent of like, I don't know, $500 million a month or something for years. Didn't do shit. So my biggest hope is that when they unwind and these copycat treasury companies do panic sell or sell, that it also won't impact the market. The best news though, the best more realistic news is when this happens, probably, I said this many moons ago, is that at the bear market bottom, we will certainly see a cascade of this. It likely will create a capitulation. It likely will be like what we saw in FTX and market bottom. So there's silver lining. Any Dogecoin hopium? Man, so many people have been asking about Dogecoin lately. I wonder if it's because Chris Pax. If Chris Pax has been sending people here. Maybe. Tom, where's Bitcoin going? Brother, I wish I had if my crystal ball is currently out of order. That's the bad part. It has a little crack in it, and so it has a little crack in it. So it's not predicting the future very well. You know, I didn't expect Dogecoin to go down here. We can argue that that wick isn't real, or it is real all day. I'm so sore from running. Oh, God. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, here, Bobby. Here's the voice. Here's the verse. I'm gonna make such a good old dude. Yeah, I mean, you look at like Coinbase, USD pair, you don't have that wick there. Without the wick, it looks fine. It looks great. Nothing's changed. Dogecoin is just in a very, very long uptrend. Like Litecoin. I think it's going to break all-time highs. I just don't know when that will happen. Could take longer than people are willing to wait. From the bear market bottom, Dogecoin has done nothing but put in higher lows and higher highs. This is on like a yearly time frame, massively large time frame. So translation, Doge is in an uptrend on a massive time frame. It is getting sketchier right here as prices down, retesting like 15-ish cents. This is sketchy. This kind of looks like something that wants to break to the downside. Hope it doesn't. If it does, you do technically have some cushion. You certainly don't want to see it trade below 13, but you could, like, as long as it doesn't break this low. This is still a higher low, no matter where it goes. Anything that comes all the way down here, still a higher low. That's not what you want to see. You want to see this hold. And you want to see a retest of all-time high. That's what I think is happening. That's what I've thought is going to happen forever now, it seems. I feel like I'm getting old watching this. These arrows were drawn forever ago, years ago, and they're still there. They're still painting. I'm not worried. Oh, God, I have side stitch. I need water. Make sure you're subscribing. We're only 108 subscribers away from 194,000 on YouTube. We're going to hit 200,000 by the end of the year. What the hell's Monad? Oh, that airdrop. I don't think I ever even opened a chart for it. Yeah, this is funky. It's not a head and shoulders. I don't think it is. It becomes more head and shoulders-y if you see a breakdown from 15. But like I said, you can go like all the way to 8 cents. You can go all the way back to this low. Well, you can go I'll say you can go to 10 cents and you still have a higher low and you still are painting this same uptrend. Like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Doge. The only concern that others probably should have is they might not have the patience for it. I've been waiting for Litecoin to do its shit forever. What is this shit? Why you bring me Monad? What is this? This shitter. Monad. What is this shitter? You're a virgin? That's fine, DM. JDM. Well, hopefully we'll change that for you sometime. Monad. Yeah, what is this? Why are you bringing this to me? Is this what you're looking at? I don't know what you're looking at. That's logarithmic. That's crazy looking. Definitely looks like it's out of momentum though. Whatever this is. It's just, I don't know what to do with this. I'm not sure what you want with this. This is just down to the right. This was an airdrop. I expected to just bleed forever. Airdrops, dude, airdrops in crypto. I learned my lesson earlier. They're just such a scam. They're a scam in, like, not the traditional sense, but a scam isn't they just always, they go down. They don't do anything. They just go down. They just bleed because everyone got their coins for free. They don't have a connection with them. They didn't pay for them. They don't have to like wait for a price. The market goes down, the more people are like, oh, I got these for free, I should get rid of them. And it just leads to like perpetual bleeds. My favorite one. You guys want to see the chart that I learned my lesson? My lesson on airdrops back when I was a noob. There you go. This is where I learned my lesson. I think it was this one, right? Ardor? No, what was the other? It was Ardor and what? Ardor, so actually Ardor was the coin that you had that then they airdropped from. So all the hype was right up here because you were going to get the airdrop if you had this. What was Ardor? So what was the airdrop? Okay, no, it was NXT. NXT was the coin. They don't even have like an index for this one because it's such a shitter. It's only traded on, wow, it's only traded on �MEX. That's bad. It's only traded on �MEX and it's only been trading for a few months. Ignore this, ignore all this. It's already at 0 on �MEX. Wow, it's worth 0. There you go. I don't know. I guess I can't even show you this anymore because the chart history is gone. I don't even know if I can. Anyway, everybody was all a rage because airdrops were newer and hadn't gone as badly as they have now pretty much ever since. Wow, CoinMarketCap. This is how bad it is. CoinMarketCap doesn't even have a chart and it doesn't even have a supply. It just says there's no verified supply. There may be coins circulating, but there's no verified supply. That's bonkers. Here you go. You gotta go to like Yahoo Finance. There it is. It was 70 cents. That was the airdrop. The airdrop came. It was like worthless. It just immediately sold off as worthless. Everybody bought this for 70 cents to like get the airdrop. And look, it's at 0.0003. Just never. It just went forever down. It and the airdrop token just went forever down. I learned my lesson. And a game is a valuable lesson though, because it's like, why would an airdrop have value? You can't just imagine value into existence. You can't just have a chain and then keep airdropping and like create free money. It doesn't work that way. That's not how value works. But that's what it is. Even if they're not doing it over and over and over again, you are either subtracting value from the chain that's dropping it, or you hype enough people into buying it, but it's like always a net loss. It's always a net bleed. I'm yet to be convinced otherwise from anything. Period. One day Doge reach $1. I think it will, personally. Going to Thailand, bring me with you. It's monads in pre-market. So these are, so this is perps. People are trading perps of it. I should tell the Fed to chirp bow. I'll tell the Fed to chirp bow. To chirp bow. Chirpow is coming. Yeah, these are perps. That's why. Thank you for clarifying. These are perps. So, you know, whatever. This is not real trading. This is trading IOUs. It's trading IOUs, but in my opinion, what's really happening is kind of predatory. Is it's extracting the value of it before it even exists. Like, be careful. Be careful. If it's free and you don't have to do anything, I mean, all right, but then it's probably not even worth it. He doesn't want to talk about Cardano official. I already had Cardano up. I already talked about it today. We've been live for like 3 hours. Near is a sleeping giant. ICP. Yeah, ICP seems effed. Opposite of hype. So is Litecoin. It's the opposite of hype. Cardano is the biggest scam? I don't know about that. There's bigger scams. Much bigger scams. I don't think it's the biggest scam. XCN. Ever heard of FAI? No. I feel like I pull up XCN a lot. What's going on with price action, Jennifer? Nothing. Nada. Literally nothing. Just like very slowly has like floated back up a little bit. Yeah, like went from 94.5 to 96.7. Nothing. The hype, the fear. Hopefully I've gotten you through the fear. I think is on pause for now. You know, I don't have anything for you honestly on this chart. I'd look here. $0.03. Yeah, 50% drop, sorry. XRP is the biggest scam? I don't know about that either. I don't know what the biggest scam is anymore. My view of what is a scam has, I won't say changed, but it's narrowed or it's evolved. Like, I used to think that almost everything that wasn't Bitcoin was a scam because reasons that make sense still. But there are just like different levels of scams. You know, there's scams that literally, like, the supply is, you know, they can print more supply and they print more supply and they dump it on you. Like, that is more of a scam than something that just goes down forever. So what's the biggest scam? I don't know. BitConnect. OnePlus token or BitConnect probably is the answer. Let's try it for Litecoin, Andy. All-time high, 420. Blaze it, 420. Blaze it, Andy, blaze it. USD is the biggest scam, that's true. The biggest scam is Tron. Well, that's interesting that you say Tron. I need to check back in on Tron. Why would you say Tron? Because Tron has performed really well actually over the years. Tron is not one of my favorites in the sense of Litecoin, Monero. It's not like in that group, but its chart is very good. Has been very good. This recent price action kind of looks strange and unlike the rest of the chart to me, which is a little concerning. But this never, I don't know. This like, I don't know. It doesn't feel scammy. It doesn't seem scammy. It's just kind of been up to the right since March of 2020, up to the right. I guess like not breaking January's high of, you know, the 2017 cycle's all-time high, but like that's true of almost all the coins from then. I don't know. I use Tron a good amount to send USDT. That's all I have ever used it for. So I own some Tron, I guess, as a product of that, but that's it. Surprised though. Tron doesn't move. True, but bro, you can say that about things that I can say with certainty are not scams. They don't move either. So I don't know. Tron's the most used network. I believe that. Like I said, I use Tron. I've sent the most transactions on Tron of any network easy. Like, Litecoin is not a scam. It is not a scam in the definition of like someone trying to take advantage of you, someone extracting money from you, like a centralized entity. But it doesn't go anywhere either. And you could even argue it's farther away from its all-time high than Tron. Just being based, being honest. Fiat is the biggest scam. Now, would I stack and hold tons of Tron? No, I wouldn't do that. Justin Sun's been really quiet. Suspiciously quiet, Randy. I should look his ass up on X. What is he doing? Dude, my skin is so dry. I hate winter. Ooh, 100 subscribers to go to 194,000. We're going to have that by the end of the day. We're going to hit 200K by the end of the year. Because we've got... Oh, wait, we might not. Shit, we might not. It's okay. If we don't hit it by the end of this year, it'll be in January. Justin Sun, what is that Mafk doing? What's up, Mafk? Y'all remember J-Rock? What's Mafk doing? That Mafk. What's he doing? 30 minutes ago, he tweeted. This looks like he's chilling Tron. Yeah, boring. His Twitter's boring. He's being quiet. He hasn't bought any $1 million bananas lately. Do I think the 4-year cycle is broken? I don't know. I don't know. I don't, you know, I'm going to wait to come. Like, I'll say no. I'm waiting. Probably till like the end of this month or the next month. Because we could still very much be in the 4-year cycle. The biggest thing, there was some guy dude, all the crazies are out in the comments of my YouTube now. Yelling about like everybody knew the 4 is exactly 4 years. And it's like, it just depends how you measure the 4-year cycle. And he's like, it's low to high. And it's like, yeah, but like that's arbitrary. You could do it like having to having, high to high, low to low. Like there's all these different ways to do it. And it's not surprising that one of them has fit, but all that would take to break is an all-time high ever again before like 4 years from now. I don't know. I'm not sure. If by the end of the year we don't have an all, here's like how I think I can say like it definitely is broken. Is like if we see an all-time high in like January or February of next year, like good likelihood it's broken. Good likelihood. But I'm not sure why. Like it's like jumping the gun here. It's too early to call. I'm tired. I've been up so early. I started streaming before 8 a.m. here. For you. For y'all. Because dedication. Dude, all the bot comments are out too. Each stream, you'll see there's a lot of bot comments showing like some ticker. But those are just the tip of the iceberg. There are, for every one that you see on a video, there's like 10 that I'd like have caught with the filter. Wild. Bonkers. I mean, that means money's back in the space though. I can't believe we're still alive. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. Hardest working man YouTube. I appreciate that. I don't think that's true, but I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm usually like going to bed around this time, so. What's up, Das Peach? You know what, boys? Ooh, the Lo-Fi Samurai. That's a cool name. Subscribed. Campbell, I did not see your comment on H-Bar 16 minutes ago. You're probably not even here. I appreciate your $1.99. Typically, I ask for like $10 as a minimum for a request. I'll pull it up and just peek at it, though. Hard to say. Hard to say. 5 cents. 5. Ooh, this hasn't really. Oh yeah, it has. I guess it depends how high it goes. Currently with no all-time high, it's like I would see it returning right back to here. 5 cents. Bitcoin Euro. Death Cross will confirm in just a few hours. Zach looks like it's gonna break out again. One more time, Zach. One more time. I feel like if I end the stream, YouTube, Bitcoin. I'm sorry, I need a break. Bitcoin will just like go straight down, and then it'll be exciting again, and everybody will tune back in. What's up, 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍, my guy? Make sure you guys are jumping in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Hey, jump in here. Get in here. It's free. And if you want to get exclusive, fancy VIP roles in the Discord, it's also free. Just sign up with any of the partners in the video description below. That's it. That's all you have to do. It costs you nothing. You can't buy your way into that one. We do have a premium course that is available. It comes with one-on-one mentoring with myself. It's not cheap though, because my time ain't cheap. But we have a free one too on the YouTube. Like 40-ish lessons in there. Oh, join crowncrypto.com. That's a premium. Yeah, I need a freaking break, man. Dash. Actually, I do want to look at Dash again. Son of a bitch. Litecoin Monero. Honestly, to me, they're equals. They're equals. Ooh, Dash. 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 Let's go. People are too bearish. I agree. We're the only bulls left. That's what it feels like. Dude, Dash, let's go. We shorted 127 down to 67. Profit taken. We longed 167.35. Now it's in profit. Let's see if we can make it back to 126. We have sniped this coin, man. Look at that TA. I love when charts respect the TA. It's beautiful. Got a drop bar pick. That's cool, man. I need to wrap this up for a little bit anyway. I need to take a break. I need to like eat. Need to take care of myself. Probably take Professor Beans out to take another poop. Yeah, sound a little run. This one's been running at the same time as Zek. Keep an eye on Dash. Bitcoin looks like it's coming up to 98.2. I placed the tiny little short order there. We'll see. That should go well over 250. I hope it does for you. I mean, I'm not sure what you even were looking at. I'm talking about like a leverage trade position, just this like an in and out, not a spot hodl vibe. Talking about what I'm really saying is not how high it can go. What I'm saying is I think it will. Where did that go? There's definitely a long order there. Got deleted. Tier 1. Anyway, this is really what I'm saying is I think it will trade to 127 before it trades below 41 or 40. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying how high it can go. I'm saying I think it will trade 127 before 40. See. One last thing, Scott. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Bitcoin moving and grooving? Not really. A little bit. Wee bit. Coffee and some feed, Brewman? Yes. Live ARC stream? Paul? When? True. I woke up and it was like really early. I woke up not from alerts. I just woke up and then saw the price. But I woke up and I was like, oh, I'll play some ARC. The new map came out. And I like opened it and then looked at the chart. Or I opened it and then looked at my Twitter and someone was like, Tom, why aren't you streaming? And I was like, what? And then I looked at all my alerts and the chart and I was like, shit, you're right. You ain't wrong. I haven't played any. New map came out today. Anybody else playing ARC? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but like my first few days was like real like fun and magic and like everybody was like being nice and like cool. And all of a sudden in the last like 2 days I played, I just get like murdered out of nowhere every game. And it just hasn't had the same charm. I don't know. Is what it is. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Bitcoin moving up. I think it is time for me to take a little break. Herein, if we see further dumping today, we'll go live again. If not, we'll go live over the weekend when it happens, probably. If you want updates, jump in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Also, I have been pretty active on X. I've been posting a lot of updates there. Follow me on X. Gonna be a post. I post a lot of goofy stuff, but some good stuff as well. Sign up with our exchange partner BYDFi, metasignals.io. Links in the video description below. The sponsor of this stream. Sign up. There's only a limited amount of days and a limited amount of memberships for their lifetime signals. So hurry, don't be late. All right, I love you, fam. Stay safe. I'll catch you.